But we should release that video at some point.
Well, yeah, no,
You gonna splice it in?
Yeah.
Cut out some of the crying.
Yeah. There's a lot of crying. It's like, he's crying. And then it's like, he's still crying. He's still crying.
Like the silent cry too.
Yeah,
For a long time.
It's like you lost a loved one.
Yeah.
but you gained one kind of cry. Welcome back to another episode of the Perfect Podcast.
Yeah.
We're back. What's going on? You got your hair braided, I see.
Yeah, that's true.
What else has been happening?
Don't know.
Okay.
What's been happening with you?
It's been a crazy month and a half since 2025 started.
Yeah.
January is just crazy. If you're in the fitness industry, it's the month.
Yeah.
It's the time of the year where things happen. People join the team. So that was my January, just nonstop.
Yeah.
Trying to get people to join the team.
Yeah.
Trying to sell them on the program.
Yeah. Did it work?
Yeah, it did.
That's good.
We grew a lot. We're almost to 14,000 members on my team, in my program.
That's crazy.
Ladder as a whole grew significantly. So, yeah.
That's
and then we
awesome.
just announced a collaboration today with the new Beats headphones.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so cool.
So it's like one of 4 apps that headphones work with, which is amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 14,000 people and members are starting to run into each other in the wild now, which is really fun.
Like in the jungle or?
In the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're wearing the new merch that just dropped.
Nice.
Ladder just came out with like a uniform line.
Yeah, that's cool.
With like a crew neck, a hoodie, an oversized tee, like a fitted tee, and
Sports
shorts.
bra maybe?
Sports bra. Yeah, the women's side.
You don't wear that?
I don't wear that, but women do. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other day in my team chat, somebody said that they ran into another Team Forge member in the wild, which is my team name.
Yeah.
And they live in like the middle of nowhere in Australia.
Really?
Yeah. So in like a really small gym, small community.
That's cool.
It was a good month for Ladder.
Yeah.
And we keep flying up.
And getting bigger and stronger.
Bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah.
More rocket ship emojis.
Nice.
Which is like the, we have a Slack channel. And everybody, like the rocket emoji was all the thing.
Yeah.
And I prior to Ladder, I didn't really use it.
Yeah.
My least used emoji.
Yeah.
Now it is my most used. That and the moon man and I use the gas emoji a lot.
Why the moon man?
The rocket going to the moon.
Oh.
It's this trajectory.
Interesting.
150, 160,000 members, That is what that means.
Wow.
Raising over $100 million. That's what this is.
Well.
And that's what the emoji is.
Nice.
Represents.
Cool.
The path that we're on.
Yeah.
So good things are happening.
Yeah.
In other news, the Perkins family news.
Yeah.
Relatively big news. That doesn't get much bigger than being pregnant.
That is true.
Which we are.
Yeah. I am.
Well, together, you and I.
Well, I think I'm the most pregnant of the two of us.
I think everybody knows how it works.
I don't think that.
I think most people know how it works.
I think that most people would agree that there's only one person carrying the baby.
Sure, but when I say we're pregnant, people know what that means. People don't think I'm pregnant when I say that, which is a massive deal.
Yeah.
And a very exciting.
Yeah.
It was a very exciting moment, the reveal, which you did on the previous episode of this podcast, which we did not include, obviously.
We did not, but we should release that video at some point.
Well, yeah, no,
You gonna splice it in?
I'm gonna splice it in now.
Do you want to do my question?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a question.
Okay.
I have an early Christmas present for you.
Why are you doing it on the camera?
Yeah, because I thought it would be nice.
I don't like it.
Just open it up.
I don't want to share this.
You can just open the box. You don't have to take the photo off.
Why did I think that you wrap? You usually do like ribbons.
I know.
Manually.
But I thought for the camera it would be easier.
Okay. Shut the up. What?
I know. Yeah. You want to have another baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's gonna be a shortened version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cut out some of the crying.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying. Like it's like, he's crying, and then it's like, he's still crying. He's still crying.
Like the silent cry too.
Yeah, it's like you lost a loved one.
Yeah.
Okay, but you gained one, kind of cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, real deep from the depths. But that's because I wasn't expecting it, and we had been trying for a little bit. So
yeah.
And I really wasn't expecting it.
I know.
It caught me off guard.
Such a good surprise.
It was a great surprise.
I don't think that you should include this, but one of the crazier things I've seen at the gym lately, I don't know if it's like a new
trend
style for girls where they'll wear like a cropped wife beater with nothing under it.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, what?
Excuse me?
I've seen it 3 times.
Same person?
No.
Okay,
different people. And I'm like, what is happening out here?
Maybe. I haven't seen
I'm like,
that.
is this a new thing? Because I hope not. It's so bad.
I thought you were going to say like the bell bottom pants, which are cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have not seen that. No.
That's really crazy.
So hopefully it's just an isolated, maybe just your gym and maybe there's a community of people that.
I'm just like, that can't be comfy,
Well, it actually sounds incredibly comfortable to me, but I'm not.
Not if you have boobs, not comfortable.
Well, I'd be more concerned about, the children, but.
I mean, there's not children in the gym.
Well, you go to the Y. There's children at the Y. That is the children's gym.
Yeah, that is true. I do see a lot of like young teens in there. That's been a weird thing I've seen at the gym.
All right, should we do a couple questions?
Yeah.
I guess we have to. That's what we do. I got a question for me, but I'm going to send it to you.
Wow.
And then we can discuss.
Okay.
Any tips for couples trying to stay active during pregnancy and after birth? We got our first baby coming.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got for him?
I mean, I think the incentive, at least for the woman, the more active you are, the easier your labor and recovery is going to be. So having that kind of as your ultimate goal, knowing like, yeah, I'm taking care of myself, but it's also going to make labor and recovery so much easier than if I just sit around for the whole time. And then for me,
And how does it make it better? Easier?
Your body's just in a much better place. Like labor is like a marathon. So like your body's just in a much better condition.
So she should run marathons?
To manage that. Absolutely not. I mean, unless you already run marathons, then you could maybe keep it going. But
it's a good time to shout out the ladders.
Yeah, they have a prenatal team.
Yeah.
I've done some of their workouts. They're great. Yeah. Just the more active you are, the easier it is. And then after you have the baby, it's just your body. It's like muscle memory. So it just kind of goes back.
Goes back easier.
Yeah.
Like when your abs come apart, someone's saying to me.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Your abs just separate.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see.
But if you're doing like safe pregnancy workouts, then they don't do that.
They don't do that?
I mean, much.
Well, where do they go? How do they not do that? When you're 9 months pregnant,
I mean,
stomach's so big.
There are ways. So there's like different things. So there's like diastasis recti, which like your abs actually split.
Yeah.
So
that's
if you're like,
about, I guess.
Yeah. So if you're not doing things safely, or like if you don't like roll over to your side and then get up and just like are putting a lot of pressure on your abs, then they'll probably split. And some people it just happens because it happens. But for me, I have to stay active or else I get really nauseous. So if I don't work out, especially in the first trimester, if I don't work out is when I feel the sickest. So for me, that's a big motivator to stay active, is to not
you don't want to
feel like I want to throw up all day.
Yeah. Well, what about after?
Afterwards, I mean, you take a break for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, you got to. For both of them. It's just like.
Oh, yeah.
And people ask me about it, at least the dads. And they're like, "What? I'm gonna miss the gym. Am I gonna miss it?" I'm like, "Yeah, you are, and you should." Yeah. It's like
It's not the most important thing.
It's like a very brief moment in time compared to the rest of your life that you should be with your newborn baby.
Yeah.
And missing the gym for 6 weeks is.
And it's not like you can.
The end of the world.
It's not like you can never go during that time frame.
Yeah.
but it's just
It's
your
gonna be
normal
the
routine is probably
routines.
not going to be the same
Yeah.
in the beginning, and you're not going to sleep as much, and it's just a lot of life adjusting, and then you figure it out and you work it out, and
Yeah.
you get
And
back into a
you
routine.
You go back into a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
all works
tips
out.
for staying active. Couples to stay active.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really stay active together.
No, we don't do it together, so
No.
maybe don't ask us that.
Yeah. We don't ever work out together. How often should I add weight?
It depends on a ton of different things.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing it depends on is like, are you newer to training or have you been in the gym training for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
The difference between those two people and their ability to go up in weight on movements is going to be drastically different, at least the time frame. So
Yeah.
like if you're brand new to the gym, maybe every other or every couple weeks you'll be able to increase the weight on a
Mm-hmm.
movement. And that is whenever you increase the weight, it should be the least amount of weight possible. So
Yeah.
if it's a barbell movement, it's 2.5 pounds on either side. If it's a weight stack, you know, sometimes you have a smaller weight increment you can drop down from the top, or one you can take from the side and add onto the stack. And you should do the lowest increment possible when you try to increase.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is like, you know, every couple weeks, maybe when you first start training, you'll be able to increase the weight on movements. If you've been training for a long time, you'd be lucky if you could go up in weight, you know, like once a month, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're an intermediate. If you're advanced, you know, maybe once every 2 months.
Yeah.
And it depends on how hard you're training. Are you eating in a way that, you know, your diet supports muscle and strength growth?
Yeah.
That's an important factor. Are you on creatine or not? Like, that's a big element.
Mm-hmm.
But how often you should go up in weight, or you should try to go up in weight, is like semi-frequently. On my team, for our working sets, we have a rep that we're shooting for. So maybe it's 8 reps at 90% intensity, which is, you know, an RPE of 9, meaning you had maybe 1 rep left in the tank. And I tell my team, from week to week, you should be trying to squeeze out another rep at that 90% intensity. And until you can go and hit 10 reps at 90% intensity with that same weight, so you're 2 reps over the rep count that we started with as the target, that's when you should add weight, generally, as a rule. So 2 reps over the target rep, then add weight.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring you back down. And it could bring you back down below 8, but as long as you're getting more than 4 reps, 4 is kind of the minimum. We say 4 is the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You should stay with that new weight as long as you're getting more than 4 reps, and then work your way back up. But most likely you'll go from, you know, that 10 back down to somewhere near 8, and then you'll repeat that process. So how frequently you'll be able to go up in weight, I don't know. But you should always be trying to either get another rep, and if you can get up to that 2 reps more, then that's when you should add weight.
Nice. If I want to eat in a surplus, let's say 2,800 calories, and I lose 500 calories working out, do I have to eat extra?
No, generally I'd say no. It depends on how you calculated your macros and like how you got that 2,800 number. If you did it, you know, using a TDEE calculator online or on, I have my team use this calculation. But either way, like whatever method you use to calculate your macros, most likely, I mean, almost always, you're including your activity in that calculation, which includes your training.
Yeah.
So, and it includes all of your activity. So no, you don't, because you burn 500 calories in a session doesn't mean you eat an extra 500 calories to catch up. And if you do that, like, you're going to be in trouble pretty quick. But what you should do is, whenever you calculate your macros, like maybe you're calculating them for the first time, maybe you're recalculating them because you're going to move into a cut or you're going to move into a bulk.
Yeah.
But whenever you do that, the best practice is to, for the first week or 2, after, you know, getting your new macros, calculating your new macros. This is what I have my team do. You should weigh yourself every day for that first week. And you should do it right after you wake up and use the restroom.
Yeah.
So you can get an average of what your weight's doing for the week, because you can jump on the scale anytime and your weight can fluctuate a ton based on food volume and water weight. So you got to get an average of what's happening with your weight.
Yeah.
And in those first 2 weeks, you'll find out by doing that, like, am I gaining at the rate I want to, or am I losing at the rate that I want to? And if you're not, that's when you know you need to make adjustments to your macros, and potentially your cardio. Like you may need to increase your cardio, but the first thing you should do is adjust your caloric intake based on what's happening with your, not only your body weight, but you should be taking progress photos as well, because you need at least both of those to get a good idea of what's happening with your body.
Yeah.
But no, you shouldn't. Most likely, shouldn't
Eat an extra 500 calories.
Yeah.
Okay. As a university student, I can only work out 3 times a week. What split would suit the best?
I always say this, but like almost any split can be effective if it's programmed well. But when you're talking 3 days, push-pull legs is a pretty good option.
Yeah.
Because you're covering everything. And I enjoy push-pull legs. And that's what we're doing right now on my team. Nice. And what I do is, while it's a 6-day split, if you're on my team, I prioritize 3 workouts a week that you should do every week, if you can only get 3 in. So I would do a push-pull legs split, and I would do my program, and I would do the 3 days that I'm prioritizing each week, and they alternate in their focus each week. So in our 6-day, we have push-pull legs, and then we have push-pull legs again, and there's a slightly different focus in the difference between those 3. But if you do the prioritized workouts week to week, you're going to get all of those in the course of the program. When I was a student, I had all the time in the world. I don't know what, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I was a graphic design student.
Yeah, probably so.
But also I was playing football, so
you were just working out anyway.
Yeah, but I was working out on my own in addition to the football workouts.
Yeah.
And I had time to spare. A lot of time to spare.
Studying to be a doctor.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not a graphic designer.
Probably not.
Probably not.
What's the best fitness advice you've received and would share?
Like I have secret advice that I wouldn't share?
Yeah.
Something to the effect of something about consistency.
Yeah.
Is more important than probably anything else.
Yeah.
Especially now when the hype is around challenges and 75 hard and whatever, and people do that and then they just go back to whatever.
Yeah.
And then next year rolls around, they do it again. Yeah. And we say it on my team that consistency is your superpower. It's like it is the difference between you being in the best shape of your life in the past or, once a year.
Yeah. And
you making strides towards it just consistently. Yeah, people get into this headspace, I think, where if they're not crushing every workout, then it's like, this isn't working, and they give up. It's not worth it. But if you keep showing up day after day, regardless of how you feel the workout went, you're not going to crush every workout. It's just not realistic. Like, and more times than not, you're just going to get through it and get it done. Mm-hmm. But if you keep doing that over and over and over and over again, and you work it into the rhythm of your life and your routine, that's good advice.
Yeah, that is good advice.
I'm sure there's a quote on the gym wall somewhere about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
That would be a lot shorter of an answer, but something about
Maybe.
consistency. Consistency is key. That's what they say. One thing that someone said about fitness one time that really stuck with me was you. And when I asked you about why you started running, because you said you didn't used to run and then you started running. Yeah. And it's when you were going for walks, you said you came across a hill and you were going down it and you thought, man, this would be much easier if I just run down this hill.
That's true.
And that's how you started running.
Yeah, that is true.
Wouldn't this just be easier if I ran down this hill?
Yeah, and it was.
And it was.
It was much harder though running up it.
Yeah. So did you walk up the hills and ran down them?
Until I could run it, yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe that really spoke to someone out there
maybe it could.
Today.
Yeah. Just see if it's easier to run instead of walk. Yeah, you won't know till you try.
You won't know till you try.
Yeah.
I was telling my team, whenever we get to the cardio section, I know I'm starting to lose people. Like, I know people are like, swipe and just, they don't do it. So we have a conversation about how, don't leave, stay where you are. Like, do the cardio, just do it. You're going to feel great after you do it. Yeah. But I was also having a conversation about growing up doing sports. For me and for a lot of people, like, running was used as a form of punishment. So if you messed up in practice or something, they would make you run. Yeah. make the whole team run. And it was always associated with this, like, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's hard to separate that, even if it's on a subconscious level. It's like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this
Wow.
because I don't want to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So we had a little sozo moment where we broke that off of, we broke some chains off team members.
Very good.
And they were very responsive in the chat about it. Like, I didn't even realize this was a thing that was happening.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of it.
Yeah, I never had that because I didn't play sports.
Right. There's people that, don't have that. And I got nothing for those people. But for the people that running was used as a form of punishment for them, you're not alone.
Yeah, I remember one time, the last time I remember running at school, I was probably like in 6th grade. It was like the last year that you did PE. And I remember they were making us do it was like for, you know how you would have to do like the presidential like fitness test or whatever. Yeah. And they were making us do that. And I was like, this literally doesn't matter. I don't know why I have to do this. Mm-hmm. And we had cheerleading tryouts later that day. And I was like, there's no way I'm about to get sweaty and gross and mess my hair up before cheerleading tryouts. And so I walked it, and I made everybody wait for me. You? Yeah. Because I was like, I refused to run.
Run a mile or something?
Yeah.
So you just walked a mile?
Yeah.
What was your time?
Oh, slow.
Yeah,
whatever I wanted it to be is what it was.
I'm surprised. So what, do you get a bad grade for that or what?
No, what are they going to do? Fail you?
I don't
know.
We
PE.
Didn't do that when I was in, I didn't do that in my school.
Yeah, no way.
At least I don't think so.
You didn't do the presidential fitness test?
No, I mean, we did a timed mile, but what else is involved in that test?
You have to do like,
any bells.
What?
No.
You like get a medal?
No, I got no medals.
What?
No.
They do this like every year in school.
Well, you went to a private school in Nashville.
I think this is it's a presidential. It's got to be everybody.
No, I mean, I'm sure more schools did it, but I went, 70 people graduated from my school. I have one stoplight in the town.
Well, 70 people graduated from my high school too.
Yeah, because you went to a private school. This is a public school. We have very different experiences in high school.
Yeah. No, but you had to do like sit-ups and push-ups and pull-ups and all of those things, and the timed mile. And Allison was always better. My sister was always so much better.
She's got long legs.
Yeah, I just didn't care. I'm like, look, I'm never going to be the best at this.
Even if you cared, she would have got you because she's got long legs.
It's true. But I was like, I'm never going to be the best at this. I know none of these things are my strengths, so I may as well just play to my strengths.
Attitude, though.
Well, it served me well.
Yeah, but that's like, I'm not going to be a biologist, so I'm not going to go to a biology class and try.
Well, I think that's an okay strategy.
It's not, kids. It's not, kids.
I think it's
fine.
And
our daughter's not going to do that.
Well, I kind of adopted that mentality. I was always good at school, but I was like, who cares? No one cares about this math class. I'm never going to use this in my life. But same with fitness.
I think we need to.
So I walked that mile.
We just need to stop talking.
But long story short, I walked a lot, and then one day I ran.
And then you fell in love with it.
That's not true.
Well, you started running.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Yeah.
So maybe that was an inspiring story for somebody.
Maybe.
Not quite fitness advice, but a story.
Not fitness advice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Because,
I'm so tired.
Yeah, you're pregnant and tired.
Yeah.
And we're pregnant, and not so I'm tired too.
This is a podcast for people who do gym stuff and others too.